Good morning, everyone. Lesson 92, math for today. Expanded notation with exponents. Let's go over that first. So we've been doing expanded notation since lesson 32. So remember we had something like 365, and if we wanted to write that in expanded notation, we would write it like this. 3 times 100 plus 6 times 10 plus 5 times 1. Okay? If we want to see that, so this is what we've been doing. Our new thing is using exponents. Okay? So you use the base of 10 for everything. So we're going to look at our first number. And we're going to have parentheses. And we're going to go 3 times everything multiplies by 10. You just use an exponent. So it's still in the hundred spot. How many zeros do we see? 2. Okay? We see 6 next. We still go by 10. How many zeros do we see in the 10 spot? 1. And we don't forget 5 times, it's still 10, but when it's in the 1 spot, here's the trick, it's to the power of 0. Okay? So these are your exponents. Okay? And this is using expanded notation, okay? The first example says the speed of light is about 186,000 miles per second. Write 186,000 in expanded notation using exponents. So the first thing I'm going to do is write my number down. 186,000, okay? We start from the beginning of any number. So we go parentheses 1 times 10. And we can count our spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So it's to the power of 5. Okay? Plus next number, 8 times 10. Again, count the spots after it. 1, 2, 3, 4. My exponent is 4. Plus my next number, 6 times 10, count the spots after, 1, 2, 3. Now, we do not have to do anything with the zeros, and since these are our last numbers, this is how you write it. Now, here's how you would write the opposite way when we're going back, okay? So if I was looking at this and I didn't know this number, the first thing I do is start at the beginning, and I have a little trick, and you don't have to do it if you don't want, but it's fine if you do. So you put your first number down, which is a 1, and you make 5 little dashes after it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's how many spots you're going to have after this first number. You put your 8 where you have 4 spots left. Put your 6 where you have 3 spots left. And if there's nothing afterwards, you fill the rest in with zeros. It's okay if you have these little dash marks for a while. Okay, so that's how you go backwards. We're also doing order of operations with exponents. So let me erase this. Hope everyone has it. So we've been doing order of operations already. We started with parentheses, and we know we go left to right. And then we go multiplying and dividing, adding and subtracting. Okay? Let's talk about order of operations with exponents. So, it goes, so it's, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So it goes P, E, M, D, Aunt Sally. Okay? Parentheses. Okay? Exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. Okay, this is going to be your order. So parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, subtract. So we just added one more step in. So I'm going to get rid of this too. And I'm going to show you what I mean. Let's dry this off so my pencil will work. Alright, so I grab my book quick and copy this down. So our first example says 5 minus parentheses 8 plus 8 parentheses divided by square root of 16 plus 3 squared times 2. Okay, so here's how this works. We go in order, okay? Parentheses first. So we copy down everything that's outside of the parentheses. So 5 minus, then we figure out the parentheses. 8 plus 8, 16, divided by the square root of 16 plus 3 squared times 2. Okay? Then we go and simplify it farther. So with our exponents, we're also going to add in our squares. Okay? So 5 minus 16 divided by the square root of 16, which is 4, plus 3 squared, which is 9, times 2. Now we go, next thing we do is multiply and divide. So again, we go 5 minus 16 divided by 4, which is 4, plus 9 times 2, which is 18. So now we go in order from left to right again. 5 minus 4, which is 1, plus 18, and your answer is 19. Okay? We'll do more when we go over the practice set. Okay? I'm going to erase this, and there's one more new concept today. It's chocked full of new concepts today. Okay. This next one is powers of fractions. So it's showing you, sorry, right in front of you, 1/2 to the power of 3, I think is what they did. So powers of fractions. This just means the same thing that anything else means with an exponent, okay? It means 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2, okay? Oh, 1/2, okay? So that's going to be 1, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, so it's 8, okay? So if you had 2/3 to the second power, that would be the same thing as 2/3 times 2/3. You're going to get 4/9. Okay? I think that's it. So let's look at the lesson practice really quickly. Okay, lesson practice. So A says write 2,500,000 with expanded notation using exponents. So 2,500,000. So that looks like this. Whoops. 2,500,000. And this is A on your practice set. First number I see is a 2. Parentheses 2 times, and when you use exponents, it's always to the power of 10. Count the numbers behind, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 to the power of 6. Plus my next number, parentheses 5 times 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the power of 5. And I don't have anything else, so this is my answer. This is 2,500,000. It's expanded notation using exponents. All right, let's look at B. B says write this number in standard notation, and this is what they have. They have 5 times 10 to the 9th plus 2 times 10 to the 8th. Okay, so this is what they have. This is called expanded notation. When they tell you standard notation, they mean write it how we would normally write a number. So like this up here. So I'm going to write my 5 first, and then I'm going to do my trick. I'm going to make 9 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put 2 where I have 8 spots left. I'm going to fill the rest in with zeros. And then I'm going to put my commas in from the end. Okay? Now, that is all they're going to ask you for expanded notation. I'm going to erase this so we have more room to do our order of operation questions. All right, so C, maybe. Let's dry it off a little bit. Okay, so C says 10 plus 2 to the third times 3. I might have come on the wrong side. Minus 7. Oh, 7 plus 2, that's parentheses. Divided by the square root of 9. Okay, so again, we do it in order. So parentheses is the first thing that we do. So we rewrite, I'm going to get a new pen. We rewrite up here. So we go 10 plus, we're going to go 2 to the third times 3 minus 7. Now we're doing this part. Now we're doing parentheses, so minus 9. Divided by, and we can do write down the square root of 9. So now we're going to do exponents, which is going to include our square root and our exponent here. So we go 10 plus 2 to the third is 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, times 3 minus 9 divided by, this is going to be 3. Okay, now we go in order, we do multiplying and dividing. 10 plus 24 minus 9 divided by 3, which is 3. Left to right again, so 10 plus 24 is 34 minus 3, which equals 31. Okay? D says, what is a half? And they have it like this, to the third power. It doesn't matter if the parentheses are there or not, it's the same thing. So this is the same thing as a half times a half times a half, which is going to get us 1/8. Okay? E. E says 0.1, and they put parentheses around it, to the second power, which is the same thing as saying 0.1 times 0.1. So you just do the multiplication. Count your decimals. There's 2, 1, 2. Put your decimal in, and you're done. D. Can you see D? Okay. D. Oh, no, I'm already... Sorry, guys. We're on F, because I already did D. So 1.5 times 1.5. Actually, let's try this.